Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm bringing you guys a little makeup look that I did today and a little story time, a life update on what I've been going through and what has been going on. If you guys have me on Instagram, you guys know that I just had surgery and I kind of wanted to just update you guys and let you guys know. I had recorded a video before this twice and I was just crying in one of them, like hysterically, not hysterically, but I was crying in one of them, and the other one I was so jerked up, so I was just like, no, I'm not gonna post that. Let me do a cute little get ready with me. But yeah, if you guys want to see how I achieved this look and if you guys want to hear about my little story time, just keep on watching. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up if you guys enjoyed, and subscribe down below. Leave any comments, any beautiful comments if you guys want to leave anything positive. I appreciate anything you guys leave. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the video. I hope you guys can see me, and I hope this video comes out good because this is gonna be the last time I record this video. I have tried to record this video so many times and it has not came out so well, but I'm gonna get straight into the video. I'm gonna bring you guys a little makeup video. Sorry, I'm looking over here because the little green is over here, but I'm gonna be bringing you guys a little makeup video, and I'm gonna be giving you guys a little story time and a backstory and a life update on what has been going on with me as well. I know that I didn't want to talk about this yet until I was ready, and I did record the video. I don't know if you guys have me on Instagram, but the video was so embarrassing. I was like on like my medication and stuff, so I was all drowsy and stuff. But I'm gonna get straight into the video. I'm gonna start off with this Morphe this new spray. It's 3-in-1 face mist, and honestly I have been using this before my makeup and it has been working out great. Instead of a primer, I have used this, and it's a toner and a primer, so it works great. I'm actually gonna pin my hair back, I think, because it's kind of in my face. But yeah, so basically a little life update is what I'm going to be giving you guys today, and a little makeup tutorial as I'm talking. I didn't want to make this boring or anything, and I didn't want to update you guys on everything that I've been going through. So yeah, first of all, today is April 13th, and if you guys have me on Instagram, obviously you guys had seen that I had posted that I had got surgery on Friday. So today is Tuesday and I had got it on Friday. A little backstory is basically what was wrong with me. What was wrong with me was, or what it, I would say was, because I'm technically not going through it anymore. I was going through an ectopic pregnancy. So I don't want to get too much into detail with that. Basically what an ectopic pregnancy is, I was pregnant and I had been pregnant for a long time now. Not super long, not so far along, but they couldn't find the pregnancy. And basically what an ectopic pregnancy is, when you are pregnant and is growing out of the uterus. So in my case, I was pregnant and it was growing inside my left fallopian tube. So I had found out I was pregnant back in March, like the beginning of March, and unfortunately there's a whole backstory to that, but I'm gonna give you guys a long story short. I had found out I was pregnant and I had been going to a certain doctor, and he kind of, you know, wasn't the greatest, but he seen me. He was the only one that took me in right away, and I was undiagnosed for about a week. And then I told him, I was like, I think I have this, you know. Obviously you start googling and you kind of understand your body a little bit more than doctors, I believe. And that was basically what's happening to me. I was having an ectopic pregnancy. I kept coming back pregnant, but my hormone levels were not rising. So basically when your hormones are not rising, or they're not rising enough how they're supposed to double every 2 weeks. And okay, I'm fixing you guys a little bit. Honestly, this is my first time recording on my new camera, so I'm still getting used to it, and I need to play with like the settings and stuff. But for right now, I'm kind of in a hurry, so I have a doctor's appointment right now to follow up. Sorry, I know I'm all over the place, but basically what was wrong is I had an ectopic pregnancy. It went undiagnosed for so long, and then I had went in and out of the doctors. I had went in to the Palm Springs hospital several times, and unfortunately they didn't know what to do. Basically, that's my only way I can explain it. They didn't know what to do, and which is kind of dumb if you would ask me, but I mean, I don't know. So I had ultrasounds done, I had everything done, and obviously I was pregnant, but I was either, they kept telling me either I'm early on in pregnancy or I'm having a miscarriage. And my first symptoms was I had found that I was pregnant, and then maybe 2 days later I started bleeding, and I knew that it wasn't normal. From the moment that I found that I was pregnant, I had something in my gut tell me that this wasn't a normal pregnancy, unfortunately. I don't know what it was, but I felt it. And obviously I had 3 kids, you know, so I don't know if it was just like a mother instinct or what. And I had told Carlos, like, I don't want to tell nobody, I don't want to announce it or nothing because I have a bad feeling. And yeah, sure enough, it was in my tube, so yeah, I didn't get to go through with that. And I keep saying that it's been hard on me because yes, I know that I'm blessed with 3 kids, but I didn't want to have another baby. And obviously, like any other pregnancy, a loss is sad. So I kind of just been not going through it. Like, yes, I've been sad, but I've been trying not to think about it. So that's why today I decided to get ready. But yeah, so I don't know the exact dates, but back a few days, not a few days, maybe like, let me take out my phone before I continue the story because on my phone I have so much stuff. So basically, when you have an ectopic pregnancy, there's no way to save it, there's no way around it, there's no way to go back to a normal pregnancy. There's nothing I could have done, honestly. And it's not my fault and it's not my partner's fault. It just basically happens sometimes and nobody knows why. But so I started going through that in the beginning of March. Not even the beginning, I would say like around like the 19th of March. And then March 25th came around and I went to finally Eisenhower, which is a different hospital, because my OB at the time kept telling me like, you need a shot, because if you don't get a shot, your tube can rupture. So basically, in a ectopic pregnancy, it's fatal if you don't get it taken care of right away. And that's what the doctor didn't want to happen to me, so he kept telling me to go to get a shot, but at Desert Regional they didn't want to give me the shot. So I ended up heading over to Eisenhower on March 25th, and that was a Thursday, and they gave me a dose of methotrexate. Methotrexate is basically some chemotherapy shot that helps you stop the pregnancy. So basically that's what they did, and usually for the most part it works, but in my case unfortunately it didn't. So once you get methotrexate, you have to get checked 4 days after with blood and then 7 days after with blood, and that's how they go about to see if it's working. So what they check is your HCG levels. So when you're pregnant you have HCG levels, and with methotrexate they should go down with the first dose 15%. And when I started this whole process of finding out I was pregnant, I had went, and the first time I got my blood drawn, my hormones were at 1,200, and then after the methotrexate my hormones were supposed to go down. The day 4 the nurse called me, and basically they hadn't went down, and she's like, usually that's normal, they'll go up the first time, but on the 7th day they should be going down. So that was my okay. I was like, okay, you know what, I still have hope, and I still, you know, maybe this will work, you know. So then day 7 came and I did my blood work, and basically I was still pregnant, and my hormones had went up even more to 5,000. So at that point the doctors really need you to go get another dose, because that's usually when ectopic pregnancies rupture, and they don't want that to happen, because when they rupture you have internal bleeding and you could die basically, if not caught properly and if not taken care of basically. So yeah, I went that next Thursday, which was a week later. I went to the hospital. I went back to Palm Springs. That's where the new doctor sent me. And when they sent me, they told me to let them know that basically I needed a second dose of methotrexate. Before I continue, I went in with my eyebrows with the Milani Precision Brow in medium brown, and this is what it looks like basically. And now for foundation, I barely started using this Rinky Rose foundation Matte Perfection, and it's honestly been pretty good. So I'm gonna go in with this. I'm gonna do just like a light makeup today. I'm just following up for an appointment, so I just wanted to get ready a little bit. So yeah, so then I ended up getting a second dose of methotrexate, which was a week after the first one. And again, they did my hormones and everything, and hormones were not going down how they were supposed to. They did go down, but not a lot, so they went back down to 4,000 something, and then they ended up at 4,600, which was not the 15% that they were hoping for. So on Friday, I had went in for a follow-up, which was just kind of took over my numbers and see what I was gonna do. So that day I went in, and the doctor basically went over everything with me and told me that my numbers were dropping, and it was really up to me what I wanted to do, because you know, initially, and when I went to go do several ultrasounds, one of the ultrasounds said that they thought it was on my right, and then the other one found it in my left. So they were kind of like in limbo. They did know that I was having an ectopic, they just didn't know exactly where. So I was so exhausted at this time. I was just like over it, but I've never had surgery in my life, so you can imagine how scared I was. I was super scared. I didn't want to have surgery, and basically the surgery I would have to have is a laparoscopic surgery. The only reason I was really able to do that was because since nothing had ruptured and I didn't have internal bleeding, I was in the safe zone basically. So that was basically what he told me, and he's like, you can wait it out, and then we could see if your numbers drop, and if not, then we would have to schedule you for surgery. So I was like, okay, that was supposed to be the plan. So then I wait a little bit, the doctor leaves, and he calls another doctor, and the other doctor didn't like his plan. So then the doctor was like, can we send her to get an ultrasound? So that same Friday I went to go do an ultrasound in Palm Springs, and the ultrasound tech basically did find the baby right away. They're like, it's not in your right, it's in your left, and we see it here. It doesn't look like you have any free fluid, which was a good thing. When you have free fluid, basically that's not a good sign. That means that something is leaking or rupturing, and you need obviously medical attention right away. In my case, I didn't, thank God. So they kind of just told me that. So then my doctor calls me like an hour later and was like, you know what, I highly recommend you come in and we just do surgery, because at this point we found a pregnancy. They told me what it was. They thought basically what they told me was that they didn't know if it was a baby or a sac, and if it was just a sac, that it wouldn't be able to dissolve with the methotrexate, so I would have to have surgery regardless. Like, there was no way around it, and he highly recommended it, especially because I was bleeding like I did tell you guys, and I started to get pains, and I had a lot of pressure in my rectum, which was super uncomfortable. I had been losing weight because I hadn't really been eating, so they were kind of just a little concerned. So he just told me, you know what, so yeah, so he called me and I had to go get surgery. Obviously I was so scared, and I was on my way to go get my kids from the doctor's appointment. So I met up with my mom, and my mom had my kids, and I told my mom, and my mom was just like, just do it, like, you know, you have no other option really. So basically I had to have an emergency surgery Friday night, because all of this, by the time the doctor called me back, it was already like 4:40, and he's like, I'm gonna be on call tonight, like blah 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 blah. And he went over my ultrasound, and he was really trying not for me to have surgery, because when you have surgery, I mean, obviously any surgery is dangerous, any surgery has risks, and especially for me because I'm pretty young. I am 24 years old. I'm actually really young. I'm 24 years old. He just didn't want me to go through that because the surgery that I did have, since the baby was in my left tube, they did remove my left tube. And I know people are gonna ask me if I could still get pregnant, and yes, I can still get pregnant, but after everything that happened, I don't think we will try for another baby. Honestly, this has been probably something that has been so hard on me, mentally, physically, emotionally. I honestly think this is something that really took a toll on me, especially because it took so long to get answers and kind of just figure out like what we were gonna do. So I was low-key a little bummed, but you know, it was my life, or I would wait it out and wait till it ruptured. So I just chose, you know what, let's just get it done. I was so scared going into surgery. Like, it was something so scary, but you know what, I'm so grateful that I had Carlos by my side the whole time. He was with me literally the whole time until I went into the surgery room, and then when I woke up, they called him, and yeah, I had the greatest nurses, I had the greatest support. And that night I was supposed to stay there at the hospital. I was at Desert Regional, I don't know if I let you guys know that. And I was supposed to stay there because by the time I was out of my surgery, it was really late. But before surgery, when I talked to my doctor, I did tell him that I did not feel comfortable. Honestly, I don't want to talk about it because it's kind of rude, and I don't want to be rude, or I don't know, but it's not rude. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but basically I didn't want to stay there because that hospital gives me the biggest heebie-jeebies ever. If you guys know me personally, I think that hospital just gives me PTSD because I would just think about my oldest daughter. Her dad had passed away there, so every time when I go there, like, I feel like it just gives me like the biggest PTSD ever. And you know, when you have something traumatic happen in your life and you go to the places, I feel like sometimes it traumatizes you. And yeah, so before all this, I was yelling and I was like, I don't want to do my surgery there, like, why do I have to do it there, and this and that. And Carlos was just like, relax, like, everything's gonna be okay, like, blah 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 blah. And I don't really like doctors, honestly. I don't think anybody likes doctors, but I was just so scared. I kept asking like the doctor, like, do you know what you're doing, like, have you done this before? And I didn't even want to be rude or nothing, but at that point I was just so scared that I was asking millions and millions of questions. Like I did say, I had never had surgery before, so I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know what to feel. I didn't know anything. Like, I was so lost. My mom did have 2 ectopic pregnancies when I was younger, when I was probably like 10, and she did have 2 of them, but she did have her tubes tied, so that's why she had ectopic pregnancy. So I was so lost. Like, it was just like a different, like, I know I could talk to my mom about it, but it was kind of just like a different scenario, especially for me, because they didn't even know where the pregnancy was at. So that day that they found it, that's why they made me get surgery right away, because they found the pregnancy. Excuse me. But yeah, so long story short, I went into surgery. I came out that night. Oh my god, I have a mess everywhere. So I went into surgery that night, and that was Friday. Today is Tuesday, so it's only been a few days. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, so it's been 4 days. I've been in recovery for 4 days, and I've been feeling better. I feel like I'm kind of still in shock. I don't know, not in shock, but like, I just feel so drained. Like, I don't know if anyone's ever been through this, or if anyone's ever heard of this, but I just think because I was so scared, and then everything happened so fast, and I do have kids, so I still have to take care of the kids, and I'm by myself. So thank God, you know, my mom's been trying to help me here and there, but my mom does work and Carlos does work, so it's kind of hard on them, and I don't want to put that on them. But oh, I'm so sorry, I'm gonna give you guys the details of the stuff that I just used right now before I continue. So I went in with my e.l.f. concealer, the hydrating camel concealer, and Fair Warm, and then I went in with my Anastasia Beverly Hills loose setting powder in the shade Vanilla. This is so good. It makes my face look so flawless. And the brushes that I'm using are from Lorella. This one is a BB01, and it is so bomb to buff out like all your powder. Your face just looks so seamless. And then the eyebrow gel that I've been using is this Essence one. Honestly, I really don't care for it, so I don't really recommend it. It's Brownie Browns if you guys want to try it. I really recommend a clear brow gel instead. I don't know if you guys know the one that looks like this, but it's clear. I would highly recommend that. It is mascara, but it works great on your brows. And then I'm gonna go in and bronze my face up with this matte poreless powder in Coconut. It's from Maybelline. It works so good. I always bronze and contour, whatever you guys want to call it, with this. And then my favorite blush at the moment is the e.l.f. Always Cheeky. And this shade is just so beautiful. Like, this is just like a subtle pink peach shade, and it's just so subtle, so, you know, springy, so I don't know, happy, I guess. So I'm back. I ended up finishing my face, and unfortunately my camera had overheated, so I had to turn it off for a little bit. But basically I went in with my lips, and I used this Live Glam Ambitious liquid lipstick and the lip liner in Cafe from Italia. I ended up just finishing off with the products that I showed you guys. And then in my inner corner I did use a little bit of a shimmer shade. It's called Fez, and I use this Lorella Cosmetics. And then on my lid I just use this, and then I just use some random lashes that I have from I forgot what this brand is called. From this brand called Fabulous or Car Beauty. They're from Car Beauty, I'm so sorry. And they are a 59. So yeah, that's basically, I just put on some lashes, some liquid lipstick, and finished off the look. But yeah, what I was saying is I did end up having surgery, and then today I am like 3 or 4 days post-op. So I do have a follow-up right now with my OB, and shout out to Desert Advanced or Advanced Women's Healthcare. I don't even know what it's called, or what, you know. They're the ones that took me in, and they did the surgery on me, and all is well. I just hope that I have a fast and safe recovery. You know, there's all kinds of stuff that can happen, which, you know, my anxiety kicks in and I start to think about all that, but I know that everything's gonna be okay, and it's all in God's hands. I do want to show you guys my surgical wounds. If you don't want to see it, then you guys can hop off the video here, and thank you guys so much for watching. But if you guys want to see, I just want to show you guys what my body looks like after this. I have been a little bit like in a funk and insecure, so that's why I decided to get ready today. So when you do have this kind of surgery, when you have a laparoscopic surgery, what they do is they inflate you with like air or gas, I don't know what it is, so you get really big. So I've been really swollen, and I feel like that just makes me feel so insecure, and then like with my cuts and stuff. But if you're a woman, I just want you to know that you're awesome. Anything that you've ever been through, you're awesome. As moms and as girls, we go through so much stuff that we don't really realize, and I feel like this was just a life-changing experience for me. Obviously, I was scared out of my mind, and this can happen again, so that's why we have decided that I think we are not going to have any more kids, and Carlos is going to go get fixed. I could have got my tubes tied that same day, but honestly, I heard so many things about getting your tubes tied, so I just didn't want to risk it, and Carlos said he would go right ahead. So we made that decision together, and we have 3 beautiful kids. So I always try to see the good in everything. As much as I wanted a big family and I wanted 4 kids, I always say like everything happens for a reason, and there's many women out there that can't even have 1 kid, so I'm super blessed to even have 3. I'm so sorry for anyone that has ever been through this. I give you my deepest condolences, because recording this whole video, I have tried not to get emotional or cry through this whole thing, because I'm technically still pregnant, so I do have emotions. I mean, hormones. I'm not pregnant, but I have hormones still, so I feel so many type of ways, and I just think all of this has took such a toll on me, on my body. So yeah, I'm gonna show you guys right now. Hopefully my camera doesn't die. So I have one here, I have a cut here, and I have one down here. I am really still swollen, so if you guys can see, I'm super swollen. But yeah, before my camera dies, I want to say thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in our next video, and until next time guys, bye.